We're almost done with the Porsche project and we're in the home stretch. Hey everyone, welcome back to Auto Anatomy. I'm Sean. Thank you so much for joining us. Hey, if this is your first time here, make sure you hit that subscribe button and click on the bell to be notified when new videos come out. It's a free way that to help support our channel, and it really lets me know that you like the kind of videos that we make here. Today we're back working on the Porsche 924 Turbo project. So where we left off last time is we got all of the vacuum leaks eliminated with the smoke tester, and I briefly mentioned that we were going to be starting on the final element of the restoration process, which is the interior. Now, if you look at the interior on the car, you can see, I mean, the seats are in pretty rough shape. And I have ordered all of the new seats from only 944, but the carpet is just horrendous in this thing. I mean, it's the original carpet, and you know, it's definitely showing 40 years worth of age and wear and tear on it. But I found a company out of the UK called Coverdale that was able to match the original champagne carpet for this thing, which I'm told is a pretty rare option for a 1980 car, especially a 924. And talked to them a while ago, got the carpet on order. It was custom made to order. So it took like 4 weeks to get here, but it's finally in. So we're gonna get started on taking the interior out of the car, getting that old junk carpet out, and we're gonna get started on laying some new carpet into our Porsche 924 Turbo project. I guess the first thing we really have to do is get the seats out of the car and get the console back out. And if anyone's got a brown console that they're wanting to sell, please hit me up. You can email me and I'll put my email in the description. I'm really looking for a console. Doesn't even have to be brown. As long as it's in good shape, I can paint it to match. So let me know if you've got a console that you want to sell. I'd love to pick it up and put it in our project car here. So we'll pull the rockers, the seats, the center console, the back seat, and then I guess, yeah, start peeling out 40-year-old carpet. Let's get started. Okay, I got the front seats out, and it's just 410s to take it out, but I don't think I've ever had this seat out, but it is just crunchy. I don't know if you can hear this or not. That's nasty. So I should probably pull the console next, and then, you know, rockers, console, seat belts, and then I guess the back seat. And looks like I may have to like loosen the trim panels up here, the C-pillar trim, just because the carpet goes under it, but we'll see. All right, more work to do. Okay, to pull the rockers, these just pop straight up. There's some like little clips under there, and then it kind of tucks into that back, just like that. Well, you can see how sun faded the carpet is. That's the original color. Okay, well I guess this piece just really wants to come out, so oh my gosh, that stinks. Ugh. Yeah, there's definitely some dirt and stuff down in here from the window was broken out in the driver's side when I got it, so I have to peel this up. And I mean, the good news is the floor pan underneath there looks pretty solid. All right, let me finish getting this console out, and then we'll pull the rest of the main interior carpet. right, so you can see we got the console out and that thing just fell apart. Let me show you this. So this is the console and it is just beyond brittle. So I'm gonna have to hold off on putting that guy back in until I find a replacement, because there's no reason to put this thing back in. I mean, it's just gonna fall apart. Okay, so next steps up, I've got the seat belts on both sides, and then looks like the back seats. I can get most of the carpet up because there's a seam right here. But then we'll get all that out, get the floors vacuumed, cleaned up, and pull the back seat out, and then start laying out the carpet and see where all our pieces fit. All right, so we're getting close. Got the back seat down and pulled the carpet off. This is wood. That's kind of surprising. It's like a piece of stained hardwood there. Anyway, so it looks like to pull the back seat off, there's a 10 on each side. Got to get that out and then figure out how to get the seat bottom out of the way, and then we'll be able to pull like the little side carpets and that kind of stuff. Okay, so I figured out what I need to do. I can get the bolts out here, but the seat back is held in place. It looks like just the seat cover is folded over the top and held in place with these little clips that they just push straight back, and they've got like little teeth in there that hold the trim here. So just pop those out, and then I should be able to pull the seat forward, the seat bottom forward, which will let me get at the sides here a little bit easier. All the little clips off here. Let me pull this back. Okay, now I wonder if I can looks like this just pulls up. Hang on, let me set this down. Okay, so I just ended up just pulling it from the center here and just pulling it forward, and it just peeled right out. And now I can actually get to these little bolts here, pull those out, and then this carpet should be out, and that's the last of it. Okay, so I got the interior all vacuumed out, and sadly the front piece of sound deadening just disintegrated when I vacuumed it out. But I had some leftover, I can't remember exactly what this is called, peel and seal or something like that, and it's what I used for sound deadening in the 52 Chevy, and this stuff is amazing. So it's rubber backed, foil lined, and works really well for a sound deadening and heat repellent. So I'm just going to put some of that down and replace the sound deadening that was there, and then we'll start laying out the new carpet and figure out what needs to go where and start getting it in. Well, that wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Obviously there's a lot of trimming that needs to happen. And it looks like they cut this very long. So this has to go forward, and then looks like maybe, I don't know, an inch or so on each side that needs to get trimmed. So we'll take this thing in and out a bunch of times, get it all trimmed out, and then put it back in. Okay, so first piece is in. Only about 50 more to go. This is not going to be a quick and easy process, but it's got to look right. I mean, this is a special car and I want to make sure it's done right. So if I've got to take these pieces in and out 100 times, then that's what we're going to do. Okay, so looks like the next piece to go in is going to be this centerpiece that goes over the top of the tunnel. I kind of laid out all of the pieces in here and tried to figure out what needs to go next, and this looks like the next piece to go down. So let me make sure this is, I don't think I'm going to have to trim this at all, because this part is getting covered up by the console. I mean, it comes to about right here, and then there's a bound piece, that's the word, that comes up to like here, and then the seat comes over to here. So yeah, I think I'll just glue this thing down as is. The next step is getting like these little over the rear wheel pieces in place, and this is going to be a complex thing. I mean, you can see it's a bunch of different pieces, so it's pretty close. There is a little bit of trimming that needs to happen because there's like a little tab, if you can see that right there. I've got to cut out for that, and then gosh, how is that going to fold up and over that? I'm going to put this out in the sun and get it a little warm, make it a little bit easier to work with, and then start spraying the back here and see if I can make this thing conform to this like bumpy little area here. Okay, got the front piece all glued in and got the little hood latch back in place, and now working on getting the carpet back here on the driver's side rear section trimmed out for the seat and the seat belt, and I'm pretty close. All right, so I've got the driver's side all done, and I went ahead and threw a seat back in it just because I needed to move the car and turn it around. So it actually felt really good to drive the car with the carpet in place. So now we're going to get started on the passenger side, and I can already tell, now I haven't touched this piece yet at all. This is the front section, but I think it's actually cut a little bit short. You can see like on all the other pieces the line was very clear, and then it had like a ½ inch or so beyond it. On this side it's like they cut it directly on the line, so it's going to be really tight up against this this rocker. I think it'll still fit fine. It's just going to be a little tighter trying to get that in place. So let me go set this in the sun, get it warm and pliable, and then start fitting it in. All right, so I've got all of the carpet put in on the front side of the car. Still have obviously the console to put in place, but I'm really happy with the way that it turned out. Took a whole lot of fiddling and finagling, and 2 cans of spray glue on my fingers to get it all done. but the entire front half of the carpet is done, and arguably the harder half. So the next step now is we're going to go back to the back, and I'd actually started there and just realized that I didn't have all the things that I needed to get started, so I put that on hold and jumped to the front. And so now we're going to go back to the back and get the back section of the carpet in place, and then really all we're left with is just the seat covers as soon as they come in. Okay, so we're on to day 3 of the carpet install, and really the only thing that's left is just the back hatch area. Now I've just kind of got the carpet laid out here in the back, and there's, you know, the little side pieces that go like here and here. The back of this main trunk carpet area gets held in place with like some little metal snaps that go through the carpet and clip onto here, and then these side pieces are held in place with some push pins that go like right through these little holes. You can see there's one right there. So what I've got to do is, I think first let's get the snaps in place on the back of the carpet, and then lay these out, get the holes punched for the sides, get those tacked in place, and then finally there's the back section of the carpet here gets glued down to like this hard board, and then there's like another little wooden piece that gets glued to as well. I put just one of these little clips on each end so that I could kind of hold it in the right place. And please excuse the noise, they're still working on our house here. So here's the third of the little things, and it'll just snap on like that. So this sandwiches through the carpet like that, and just have to kind of line it up right. Feel where the little thing is. Hold that over there. And then we'll just push those little brads through. Alright, so we've got our little prongs through. We're going to take the little clip on and start to peen these over. So I got all the snaps in place, and you can see, you know, right there, it's holding it nice and tight up against the weather stripping. So let's get the holes punched for these little side bits, and then we can get to gluing the bottom down here. Hopefully that'll get rid of some of these little wrinkles, and then we'll pretty much be done. Okay, so you can see on here where I've got all of the marks for where the holes go. Now I'm going to measure down from the bottom of the weather strip to the center of that hole and just make sure that's consistent all the way down. So pretty much, yeah, nope. Okay, so it changes at the 1, 2, 3rd hole back. So it looks like I'll be able to just mark these off. Nope, that one's different too. So we're just gonna have to measure each and every one, and then get the holes punched and get that thing tacked in place. All right, so the holes are all marked out. I've got a little hole punch to knock some holes in it. And then the next thing is to push the little pin retainers in. Now this thing, when I got it, had black retainers in it that I don't think were original. So I went on Amazon, I got like these, which are brown, but they're the wrong size, and you can see like the wrong color too. So I went to my local O'Reilly and got these, which are the right size, but the wrong color. But I went and picked up some paint, which is not exact, but it's a whole lot closer match to the carpet. So now I've got to scuff up and trim paint a dozen of these little push pins before I can actually install that. So let's do that next. So I got all the little things painted, and didn't turn out as close of a match as I was really hoping for, but you know, they're going to be buried down in this carpet anyway, and I think it'll stick out a whole lot less than the black. So it's not perfect, but it's pretty darn close, and I'm happy with it. And there's one down. The little brown actually turned out better than I expected. Once it's like buried down in the carpet, I mean, you can still see it, but it doesn't look that bad. Yeah, I'm happy with that one. Let's get the other side done. Got the other side in place and pretty happy with the way that turned out. And I'm really happy that these little brown push pins turned out so well. So I've got the rubber mat in place. I guess the next step is laying out the main trunk area, and then yeah, I guess just gluing it to fit around the spare tire well, and then down to the little boards on the side, and then we're done. All right, so I got all the carpet in here, and that was actually the easiest part of probably this whole process. Still got a few little wrinkles that I think honestly it's just gonna have to be in the sun in order to start working these out. It's cold here in Colorado today, it's snowing outside, so I think once it gets in the sun, this will all flatten out. So overall, I'm really happy with the way that the Coverdale carpet turned out. It's not perfect. There are some things that need trimming. It's not like the factory molded Porsche carpet where you just drop it in place and everything is it fits perfect the first time. You've got to work with it. You've got to trim in order to make it look right. But if you take your time, it took me about 2.5 days of just kind of on and off working on it to get it right, and I'm really happy with it. So next time we're going to tackle the seats, and I actually got a notification this morning that the seats are supposed to be delivered today, but you're going to have to wait to see that until next time. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you would just go ahead and hit that subscribe button and click on the bell to be notified when new videos come out, it really helps me out a ton. You can also swing over to our merch page, and I'll put a link up in the description. You can pick up cool auto anatomy gear, not like this. So thank you so much for watching again. Take care. God bless. We'll see you later.